Okay, so why do you think that it is that poker is so male dominated? I mean, I suppose that there's probably a feminist argument that says that women are unwelcome in poker and they're made to feel marginalized and so on and so forth. There's probably arguments around competitiveness and the inherent competitiveness of males versus females, or maybe there's some kind of brain difference, or I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, you nailed it. It's a mixture of all of those. I mean, the ratios are incredibly extreme in poker. It's like something like, especially at sort of the higher stakes, it's like 98%. If you go into a high stakes tournament, you'll be lucky if there's 1 or 2 women out of like 150 men. And so that can't be pure nature or nurture alone. It is a combination of both. And so in terms of, I'll list through the sort of traits of what it takes, of the types of personalities that are typically attracted to high stakes poker. You have to be incredibly competitive, as I mentioned. You have to love abstract concepts and be willing to sit and just like nerd out with simulators and study these like mathematical solutions to the game. It's called like game theory optimal. You have to be like basically wanting to go down the rabbit hole of that and spend a lot of time just like in this abstract land. You have to be incredibly risk tolerant and be willing to lose, put your own money on the line, large amounts of it. A lot of the time you lose. You can have losing months, years, even as a top player. So these incredible swings. So you have to be, you have to be incredibly risk tolerant. And in fact, not just risk tolerant, risk loving. So if you like go through those, it's like as clusters, again, if you had to like pick whether that was a more masculine or feminine trait. I mean, there is also an element of psychology as well in the game, which I would say that is the one which is, I would say, perhaps more feminine. If you look at like the distributions of people studying these types of topics, like game theory, mostly male in any game theory class in college. Psychology is probably slightly more female slanted. What are the other ones? Like anything risk, gambly, very, very male. Abstract math stuff, usually more male. So that's the sort of more nature side of things, the intrinsic personality types that would be attracted to the game. And then you actually look at the environment of poker. Like, what is it like to be on the circuit and live on it? If you're playing full time, you are living in a casino, spending a lot of time there. It's lots of late nights. There's a lot of often very unpleasant, mostly men around you, smoking, drinking, swearing, scratching their butts, getting aggressive at you, or hitting on you, sleazing on you, telling you you're not, personally, I don't get that very much, but I know a lot of women who do get harassed or told that they're not, a man loses to them and they get angry. So yeah, just generally being sort of an ambient hostility. Or you're away from your family and you're traveling around the world. So again, that tends to be, as a system or a lifestyle, more appealing to men and particularly younger people, young guys. So, and then also, as I mentioned, like it's gotten a lot better, but there was always this sort of historically, like girls were seen as sort of like an aesthetic sprinkle to the game as opposed to taken seriously as players. Although the industry has put a lot of effort into changing that, and I like really tip my hat to it because it's worked hard. So I think all of those things combined is why it's so heavily male skewed. But if I had to pick one, it's more nature than nurture.